हाय एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल डेटा इंजीनियरिंग.ai। और आज हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे रोड मैप सीक्वल का। और ये भी डिस्कस करेंगे कि सीक्वल क्या है और उसके यूजेस क्या हैं, और हम लोग कैसे ये रोड मैप फॉलो करने वाले हैं सीक्वल को पढ़ने के लिए। सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड। सो बिफोर दैट, सीक्वल कहाँ से आया और इसका हिस्ट्री क्या है वो जानते हैं थोड़ा। सो SQL is basically, we call every time we call it as SQL, but actually it is many of the people, बहुत लोग इसको SQL बोलेंगे और बहुत लोग इसको SQL भी बोलते हैं, but this particular language is known as structured query language. Okay, structured query language. Now, the point is why we need this particular SQL and where this particular language come from, or this particular domain specific language. Why we need this particular language. So if we talk about data, if we talk about data, so data we have three types of data, that is structured, semi-structured and non-structured data. Okay, semi-structured, non-structured and structured data. If you talk about non-structured data, we have images, videos. So ये डेटा का कोई फॉर्मेट नहीं है, कोई लेआउट नहीं है, कोई स्पेसिफिक ट्रेंड नहीं है. So these type of data we call it as non-structured structured data. That is image हो गया या videos. These are non-structured data. Now let's come to another type of data. We have data type that is a semi-structured data, which is called जैसे कि आपने सुना होगा, if you guys are from the computer science background, so you might have know about JSON files or XML files, or we have bson file, binary JSON files. So these type of data which we have some structure, and along with that it could change a structure during, like, after some time, or after the requirement it can change its own structure. Now coming to the structured data type, this particular structured data type is being uh, is being classified or into tables, databases. Or for example, I could give you an example, that is Excel. You might have seen an Excel where we have different rows and columns. For that, different rows and different columns. So these type of data where we have already defined the structure and the layout of the data, this is called structured data. And for this particular structured data, in year 1986, the American National Standard Institute introduced this language called SQL. We have a question like, who is using this particular SQL language? Okay, so we have data analysts who is using this particular SQL to analyze the trend of the data. Along with that, we have data scientist. So data scientists are using these data, even though accountants are using SQL, and we have like web developers are also using SQL. So they will be using SQL to communicate with communicate their application to the databases. Okay, so there must be something to communicate with your databases, and here only the language SQL comes. Okay, so so let's discuss, like, what is the use of SQL, why we are using SQL. So SQL we use to organize the relational databases. Okay, relational databases. So we use this particular SQL command to query, to organize, to create, to manage the relational databases. Now let's discuss the roadmap for SQL, what we have in SQL, and how we are going to learn this particular SQL, and what are the steps we are going to take. Okay, so इस SQL में basic we have different commands. Okay, we have different commands like d we have different command like ddl command, dml command, dcl command, and tcl command. So what is ddl is ddl. So you can see in my left hand side pane I have already mentioned here the ddl. So ddl is डेटा डेफिनेशन लैंग्वेज. सो वेनेवर जब भी हमको डेटाबेस में कोई टेबल, कोई स्टोर प्रोसीजर, कोई व्यू या कोई डेटाबेस क्रिएट करना होगा, वी विल बी यूजिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर कमांड्स. ओके, नाउ नाउ वी हैव another type of command, that is dml, and that is data manipulation language. It stands for data manipulation language. So whenever we want to manipulate any of our data, like inserting a data, updating a data, or selecting any data, so these type of command, if we run these commands, are called dml, data manipulation language. Okay, and along with this data manipulation language, we will further see that what are select queries, how we are selecting different records from a table. Okay, from a table, using how we are putting the join conditions, that we will be seeing here in this. Along with that along with that we will try to check what is select command, and how we are inserting the data, how we are updating a data. So we will see this type of. We have another type of queries, that is aggregated queries. So aggregated queries basically, जब भी हम लोग ग्रुप लाइक जैसे कि सम करना, ग्रुप करना, so these are the some aggregated functions. We will look it into it one by one, that what are aggregated function. डेटा कंस्ट्रेंट्स, वी हैव डेटा कंस्ट्रेंट्स लाइक, जब भी हम लोग डेटा पे कुछ रूल्स लगाते हैं, कुछ रेगुलेशन लगाते हैं कि हमारा कोई डेटा यूनिक होना चाहिए, या हमारा कोई डेटा नॉट नल नहीं होना चाहिए, या हमारा कोई डेटा किसी किसी और टेबल के किसी एक डेटा से लिंक होना चाहिए, दैट देयर वी यूज़ फॉरेन की. और अपन डेटा इंसर्ट करने समय ही चेक करना चाहते हैं कि whether the type of data which we are inserting is correct or not, so we can use check. Now we have another concept called joins. Okay, so joins is basically when when we want to connect two different tables. दो डिफरेंट टेबल को अगर उसमें कोई प्राइमरी की है, तो वो डिफरेंट टेबल के कीज को यूज करके वी विल जॉइन. वी विल सी हाउ जॉइंस वर्क, व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ जॉइंस वी हैव. Then we will see what are views क्या है, how views are being used, और views का यूसेस क्या है, मटेरियलाइज्ड व्यू क्या है, या व्यू को क्रिएट कैसे करते हैं, हाउ वी कैन मॉडिफाई, ड्रॉप व्यूज. So these type of thing we will see. And along with that we have advanced scalar functions. So functions, we have advanced scalar functions. So is advanced scalar functions may we have floor, abs, mod, round, ceiling, concat, substring, upper string. These are string functions. So we will see all these functions which we have in our SQL, and start using these functions. Along with that, we have advanced SQL functions, that is date, time, date part, date add, timestamp. So we will be using these functions. We will be using the case statement, nullif statement, or colli statement. We will see what are the difference between case or if else, how which of the command is more useful. Like case is uh, more reliant or more efficient, or ilsef. So we will see these type of things in our roadmap. I have already showing you this particular roadmap for SQL. So uh, you will better you get an idea. And those who are new to SQL, just those who are new to SQL, this video is for you. So this video will be helping you out, like what type of commands we have in SQL. Before After that, we will see what are stored procedures, what are data integrity constants, and how we do performance tuning. So these are the some concept which we have in SQL, and we will start looking into it, and we will see the concept of recursive queries, pivot, unpivot operation, Windows operations, and use of common CTE tables. What are the use? Why we are using it? Dynamic SQL क्या है? Row rank, dense rank. These are window function. Lead, lag, and tile. These are the Windows function which we are using, and we will see these things. We will see these things further in our further videos. So so I hope that you most of you guys are familiar with SQL, but those who are not familiar with SQL, I will suggest you to have some patience with you, have some time, give yourself some time, and start looking at each concept one at a time, so that will help you to grow.